Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. We are just going to jump right in today because this video is just jam-packed with different types of motivation. We're doing all sorts of different things today around my house. First of all, we are cleaning and decluttering in my bedroom. We're also going to be doing some small bathroom organization. We're cleaning the bathroom and we are going to be cleaning my car, which was absolutely disgusting. I don't know that I've ever cleaned my car on YouTube before. If I have, it's been so long that I just don't even remember it now, but I think I need to make it a regular thing because my car was just awful and you guys will see. I'm actually kind of embarrassed to show it on the internet, but anyway, we are starting off in my bedroom. The first thing that I'm doing is just picking things up around the room, decluttering all of the surfaces, and getting everything wiped down.
Always takes too long, yeah, too long. I ain't got all weekend. We had a good run, yeah, good run, but the clock is ticking. I gotta move on, yeah, move on. I got things to do.
Our bedroom is very small. We've talked about this a million times here on my channel. Our house is small, our bedroom is small, and it just can look really messy really quickly if I don't stay on top of it. I feel like if there's one thing out, the room instantly looks messy. And for whatever reason, I always feel like our bedroom is the last priority when I'm cleaning. I always clean our kids' rooms first or the bathroom first since we only have one, and that is definitely a top priority for me to make sure that's always clean. So our room just really gets left behind a lot of the time. So when I do have to come in here and clean, it's usually a huge disaster.
I just wanna move on with my life. I've loved you for a while, and that's the way I like it.
One of the biggest things that we struggle with is cords. I feel like we have so many different cords, so many different things plugged in all the time, and they always look so unruly, and they make it difficult too for me to clean. So for example, when I come in here to vacuum, it's really hard for me to get around all the cords that are laying on the ground. So I wanted to try and organize those a little bit and just make them look a little better and get them up off the floor. So after I finish kind of vacuuming around here, I will show you guys an idea that I have for organizing cords. I got these from Temu and I shared a haul in my last video, so I'll have that linked in the cards right here in case you missed that, because I got some pretty interesting stuff. But these were the two options that I was thinking of trying for the cords. They were both adhesive. I ended up going with the bigger one because I felt like it would be just easier in this situation, and I wanted to wrap one of his cords, my husband's cords, around that organizer to just get it up off the floor because that is the one that was kind of the main issue.
Oh, this butterfly's gotta go. I just gotta be on my own.
This cord organizer in particular is so cool because you can stick it on the back of just about anything and wrap your cords up and get them out of the way. So a big thing that comes to mind for me is if you keep appliances out on your countertops, this would be a good way to kind of conceal those. But now I am just continuing on vacuuming, getting under all of our furniture, just making sure we don't have any dust bunnies laying around. And now I'm going to clean off our other dresser.
This world's too slow for you. I think there's beauty in the gray, the cold, but you just want the gold. And there's no way I can beat it, 'cause I got no chance, no chance.
I am working with Scentbird for today's video, which is so exciting because I absolutely love Scentbird and their fragrance subscription service. So I received 4 new scents. Look at these colorful bottles first of all. So these are just cases that the samples come in, and when you think of like a perfume sample, you're probably thinking like the little tiny ones that you might get at like a department store, but these are big samples. So I'm going to open one up so I can show you guys. But you receive a lot of product for not a whole lot of money. So this is obviously a lot bigger than a typical sample size. I for one have never bought a full size perfume based off of those tiny samples. These are good size. I personally find that I like to use a scent that kind of coincides with whatever season we're currently in. So right now I've been really into the Nateeva, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, Bahamas scent, and this one just smells like summer to me. It smells so good, and I also really like coconut scents. But the good thing about Scentbird is that sometimes you can get into kind of like a fragrance rut where you're just picking the same things over and over again. But with Scentbird, you're able to try a ton of new fragrances, and then with that you might discover that you actually like a different scent than what you initially thought. So for example, this Lust in Paradise scent, it says on it that it has spicy and fruity touches, and in the past the word spicy would have scared me away and I wouldn't have wanted to try it, but it came in and it smelled so good. So you just really never know, and it's really good that you have that option to try out some other things that you may not have picked for yourself. I'm probably going to do a terrible job saying some of these names, but I received the Harmonist Sun Force. The top notes in this one are Hawaiian Pomelo, Bulgarian Rose, Incense, Organic Honey, and Sandalwood. These are combinations I probably would not have picked, like I said, but it came in and it smells great, and I'm really happy that I was able to try it. So this one's definitely a good one. My favorite is probably the Nateeva Bahamas, because again, I like to try and coincide my scents with the current season. And the top notes in this are Linden Blossom, Musk, Neroli, Orange Blossom, and White Woods. I also received Sisley Paris Izia, I hope I'm saying that right, and the top notes in this one are White Bergamot, Pink Pepper, Peony, Rose Accord, and Amber Accord. I am also loving this new colorful packaging. I've been putting it over on my dresser like you guys saw, and that's where I go in the morning to pick out what scent I'm going to wear, and they just look nice. They look like they're decor sitting out on my dresser. So if you've not heard of Scentbird before, they are a fragrance subscription service. You can try out a new designer fragrance every month, or more than one if you choose, for $17 a month. They have like over 600 designers. They have Prada, they have Gucci. They also have unisex options. They have men's colognes, and these sample sizes are a 30-day supply. So you have more than enough time to decide if you like a fragrance, if you don't like a fragrance, if you want to buy the full size, or if you just want to keep trying new ones every single month. I personally like to keep trying new ones. I'm not the type of person who has like a signature scent. I like to just keep trying different things, and that's why Scentbird is perfect for me. To spray Scentbird's fragrances, they have a locking feature, so you just twist it very easily and then you're able to spray yourself. If you are spraying it on your wrists, I didn't know this, but you are not supposed to rub your wrists together. You're just supposed to lightly dab them. By rubbing, you're actually like destroying the top notes in the fragrance, and it compromises the scent. I will have a link in my description box. There will also be a QR on the screen somewhere over here. You can scan that if you'd prefer, and use my code Elaine. That will save you 55% off your first month with Scentbird, which is about $8 for your first month. So if you're a fragrance lover like myself, be sure to check out Scentbird, and I just want to say thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring today's video. To finish up in our room, I'm just going to clear off my nightstand, get that put back together and wipes down, and then I'm also going to vacuum the floors.
Elaine made you crazy, crazy, yeah, yeah. You don't care what's real no more, no, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. This is goodbye, bye, bye.
Now we're moving on to the bathroom, and I say this in every single video when I clean the bathroom, but we only have one. We have to share this among our whole family, and it just becomes a mess so fast. It also has like horrible ventilation, and it just is humid, and I feel like sticky, and we just really struggle with this space. So I like to make sure that every single day at some point I get in there and I tidy everything up and I get everything wiped down. In this case, I am using just some disinfectant wipes to clean the bathroom, but I kind of go back and forth between what I use. Sometimes I use disinfectant wipes. Sometimes I like to use my Power Paste, which is by the Scrub Daddy brand. And then other times I just like to use a plain old bathroom spray. It just kind of depends on the day.
Elaine made you crazy, crazy, yeah, yeah. You don't care what's real no more, no, you don't want me anymore.
Dust tends to collect on top of this cabinet here, so I wanted to take everything off of it and make sure that I got it wiped down. And I also had to fix the shower curtain because one of the shower curtain rings fell out.
You don't care what's real no more, no, you don't want me anymore. You only want what you can afford. Don't I make you feel something, or maybe you can't feel anything. She's not gonna give
Now we're going to clean the toilet, of course, and I'm actually going to use something new that I got also from Temu. Again, I shared like a Temu haul last week, and I'm just trying out some of the things that I got from there, and I figured I would give some of my opinions in this video now that I've had some time to use some of the different things. But the item that I'm using right here to clean the toilet after I wipe it all down It's a brush that is kind of stiff. It has a stiff side, it has a softer side, and it's meant to clean like the crevice between your toilet and the floor. And I actually really liked this. I found that it worked well, and of all the things that I got from Temu, this was one of the better items. I liked that it had a really stiff side because that worked so well in the grout around the toilet. If I had more time to dedicate to cleaning the grout, I would have gone around the whole bathroom with this. I just didn't have that kind of time on this day, but I just wanted to throw it out there that that is another really good way to use it.
Get it right. Trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch?
Now we're going to organize our Q-tips, which is kind of random, but this is just something that I've needed to do for a little bit. That glass jar was not really working out the way that I wanted it to, so I am just using this Q-tip organizer that, again, I got from Temu. Very, very inexpensive, and it's super lightweight, so you have to be careful. I could see this being knocked over and making a mess at some point, but it does look pretty nice and it functions well. So the next thing that we're going to do is kind of declutter this cabinet a little bit. I had a lot of feminine hygiene products that really needed to be restocked and just ready to go for the next time that I need them. And there was a lot of excess packaging back there, so I'm just taking care of that really quickly. And then we're going to try out a couple of other things. Again, I got from Temu, and these things actually did not work out so well, and I'll talk about that as we get into it. I really like the garbage bag organizer that's on my left side here, but these are little containers that are adhesive and they open up, as you can see, so you can stick some things in them to organize. I wanted to use them for like my hair elastics and stuff, so I actually bought 2 of these, and the second one was cracked, which you can see on the screen right there kind of quickly. So I ended up only using 1 of them, and this did not last for probably more than like 2 days before it fell off. And I had heard that the adhesive was super strong on Temu products to the point where it was difficult to remove and it could damage the surfaces. So far, that's not been my experience. Everything that I've tried, other than that garbage bag holder, has not stuck on particularly well. So I'll probably try to use a command strip to make this work, because I really like the idea of it. It just didn't last, unfortunately. But that garbage bag holder, I do really like that. I've had that up for a couple of weeks now, and it's not fallen down, and it's just really convenient to store all of our bathroom trash bags in a place that they're easy to grab and they're out of the way.
Trying to find some love in this crazy world. I feel like I was never hurt.
Now we are really quickly going to work on cleaning the tub. So first, I'm just spraying some Clorox bathroom spray all around the tub so that I can really disinfect it and just get it as clean as possible. But I never find that anything removes stains in the tub the same way that a magic eraser does. So I knew I wanted to go in with a magic eraser, but I also had magic erasers that I purchased from Temu that were extremely inexpensive. Cannot remember the price off the top of my head right now, but they were very, very cheap, and I wanted to see if they worked as well as the brand name that you would find at a regular store. So we're going to test that out together and see how they perform. Now I'm just rinsing out the shower. I love having the removable shower heads that I can rinse out when I'm cleaning the shower. It's just so convenient. And then we're going to try out these magic eraser copycats that I got from Temu. And I will say that I did not notice a difference at all between this magic eraser and the ones that you would find at like Target or Walmart. I think it worked just as well, if I'm being honest. I'm going to test it out on a couple of other surfaces, but so far, at least in the bathtub, they worked great. Now I'm going to just quickly use my Swiffer wet jet to clean the bathroom floors. So here I am really exposing myself here by showing you guys how my car looks. So this was filmed on a different day, but I wanted to include it in this video. It was a complete disaster. My car was absolutely disgusting. I have 2 little kids, and I feel like the biggest struggle for me is that when we get out of the car, I don't have enough hands to grab everything, and then I don't always have the capability to get back outside to go grab things and bring them in. So a ton of trash just tends to accumulate. Also, the kids will eat snacks in the car and it gets all up in their car seats and on the floors. Carson had dropped like a whole entire bag of pretzels on his side of the car. So it was just looking a huge mess and needed to be dealt with. And the sad part is, it's not like it's been that long since the last time that I cleaned my car. It just becomes disgusting so fast. So the first thing that I did was gather trash. I had some trash bags that I actually keep in my car with the intention of using them and not letting trash accumulate, but it still does. So I opened up a trash bag, started getting all the trash out, and then I also had a laundry basket that I was filling with all of the things that I needed to bring inside the house so I could sort them, and they were just cluttering up my car and didn't belong in there. I want to make sure that I add that I'm not a professional. I don't know how to detail a car. I'm just a mom trying to clean my car out as best as I can. I would love to get my car professionally detailed. I don't know much about the process or how expensive it is, but I definitely need to look into it because my car, even after I cleaned it, still could have used some work. I have never taken the mats out of my car to properly clean them as long as I've had it. I haven't had my car honestly that long. I want to say it's been like a year-ish, but I wanted to take those out. I just felt like the pretzel situation just called for this. I just had to take the mats completely out, but now I'm working on vacuuming, and I don't have a vacuum that really works all that great in the car. I feel like crumbs and things really stick in there and they're hard to vacuum up. Like whatever this material is in your car, it's tricky. And even like the vacuums at the gas stations and stuff like that, I never feel like they do that great of a job. So again, I feel like I need to get a professional detailing done because my vacuum is great. My vacuum is powerful, but it just was not cutting it in my car. And I've tried actually several different vacuums in my car, and I've found they all kind of work the same. It just is tricky. So I'm doing the best that I can, just getting as much of the loose crumbs and everything out as possible. But again, it's not going to be perfect. I also could not find the attachment that I wanted to use when I was doing this. So I was doing this with no attachments on my vacuum, which is not ideal. I really believe that the state of your car is a pretty accurate representation for how you are doing mentally. And in this case, it was spot on. I feel like my brain has been so cluttered lately, so it only made sense that my car was absolutely atrocious. Now that the car is emptied out and I've done some vacuuming, I'm going to wipe everything down. And to do this, I'm just using an e-cloth, which is just a plain old microfiber cloth. It's got like special technology, so it works better than a typical microfiber cloth. But I'm not using any special cleaners. It's just water because again, I'm not a professional. I don't know what you're supposed to use. I don't want to damage any of the materials inside of my car. So to be safe, I'm just using my e-cloth, and honestly, this worked really well. I have heard in the past that brands like Armor All are actually not good for your car. I honestly don't know much information about that. I don't know if there's any truth to it, but that's what I've heard. And I've actually found in my experience that the products I've used in the past have kind of made everything look a little bit streaky. So I wanted to avoid using that, just use the e-cloth, but you guys will have to let me know in the comments what you use to clean your car and if you have any recommendations. Probably the most difficult part of cleaning my car on this day was that there was a Baby Bell cheese wrapper that was stuck in one of the doors. And you know, those like red wrappers that go around the Baby Bell cheeses, I don't know what they're made out of, but it melted into the door handle area and it was so hard to clean it out. When it comes to cleaning car seats, this is another thing that I am not at all claiming to be a professional at doing. You should definitely do your own research and just be careful. I know that you're not supposed to get the straps fully wet. You're not supposed to take them out and clean it with like a hose or anything like that. It can damage them and make them unsafe in the event that you get into a car accident. Again, I don't know much about it. I'm just telling you what I know. So I'm just using this e-cloth to wipe down the fabric a little bit. It was not soaking wet at this point. It was honestly almost dry, but I'm just using it to get all the little stains out, and I'm not doing anything crazy or getting the car seat completely wet. I wanted to power wash all of the mats that were in my car, but I don't know how to set up the power washer by myself, so I did not do that. I just brought them inside and stuck them in the bathtub, sprayed them with some Dawn Power Wash, used a sponge to scrub them all down as best as I could, and then I just rinsed them all off and brought them outside to dry them, and this worked perfectly fine. Honestly, I was expecting it to be a lot harder to clean these, but it felt like everything just kind of came right off as soon as the water started to hit it. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Guess I'm just too scared to settle down. There'd be many nights I got too high and almost left town. But there's something about you I like, about you I like. Now I am drying off all the mats. Like I said, I brought them outside to dry them off as best as I could. It was really hard and tedious to dry these. There was just a lot of little crevices, so they weren't 100% dry when they went back into my car, but they were close enough and they looked so much better. It made such a huge difference when I put them back in. But that is it for this week's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it and it gave you some motivation. Please do not say anything mean in the comments about how bad my car was. I'm just doing my best over here. But again, hope this gave you some motivation. I want to thank Scentbird once more for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget to check them out using the link down below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you will come back again next week for another video. One of us gotta say the obvious.